Hey there, it's Kat and this is Brews and Reviews. You may or may not know that April is Autism Awareness Month, and I am an autistic woman, an autistic creator, and I thought to myself, why have I not done anything on this channel that relates to me being autistic? So during April, I decided that I wanted to take part in the Autism April Readathon, which was created by Charlotte over at the Bookish Raider. The readathon runs throughout the entire month, and there are no prompts. The aim of the game is to just read some books with autistic characters or written by autistic authors. Read autistic books. That's it. So I am really excited to finally sit down and read some books that I've really been looking forward to for a long time. Also, if you're interested, I am going to be doing some live reading sprints with Charlotte on her channel, so I'll leave links to that down below. They'll be taking place on the 2nd and 3rd of April, which is the Friday and the Saturday. And they're going to be taking place from 10 AM EST, which is 3 PM BST. Time zones are confusing, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. Yes. Okay, so the first book that I'm planning to read this month is Queens of Geek by Jen Wilde. I feel like this book comes up a lot when people are like, oh, there's an autistic character in it, and I believe Jen Wilde is also autistic, so the rep should be good, I'm hoping. I've been really intrigued by this book for a long time because it's about a group of friends who go to a convention, and they're like a long-standing friendship group. So those friends understand the sort of feelings or issues that may come about as a result of an autistic person going to a convention. I myself have always been personally really worried about going to conventions. I've been to a couple and I can stand them for some time, and then the sensory processing, it gets to me a little bit. So I am really fascinated to find out how this is portrayed in this book. Also, I think this is an LGBT book in some way. I'm not sure what it is, but I am looking forward to reading it. So the next book I'm planning to read is Failure to Communicate by Kaya Sonderby. So again, this is about an autistic main character and has an autistic writer. So we love in the own voices representation. Yes, please, thank you very much. So this is a sci-fi novel, and as soon as I heard that there was an autistic main character in a sci-fi novel, I was super pumped to read it because I'm not big on contemporaries. I'll read them and I do tend to enjoy them, but it's not my main genre. I want to see the representation in sci-fi and fantasy. Side note, if you see any fantasy out there with autistic main characters, please just let me know, because I just want to read it. I really do. I want to see that representation in a fantastical realm, please. So I am super pumped to read this one. I believe the main character is involved in trying to convince an alien race not to murder a bunch of people or something like that. I don't know. It sounds very interesting, especially because it's a whole communication thing. I find communication quite fascinating because autism does create communication differences between neurotypical people and neurodivergent people, so I'm really fascinated to see how this book explores that and how alien culture comes into that as well. So I feel like this will be really fun and fascinating, and I can't wait to read it. Next up we have The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. I'm really looking forward to reading this one. At first I put off reading this book because I hadn't told you guys I was autistic and I didn't want to review it without being able to give my actual authentic viewpoint on it. But then I put it off because I was like, I wait for this readathon, and now I can finally read it, so I'm very excited to get to that. Honestly, it feels like I've been putting it off for so long that I've actually forgotten what the plot is. I think a lot of BookTube knows what the plot is. I think it's like a fake dating turned real sort of relationship thing. So I'm interested to see how it is. Again, we have an autistic main character and an own voices autistic writer, so I am super pumped for this. Next up we have No One Is Too Small to Make a Difference by Greta Thunberg. And I just wanted to read it. Greta is autistic and it's a non-fiction book of speeches about climate change, so I'm excited to read it. I say excited, but like, it's kind of a depressing issue really, isn't it? And the last book I'm planning to read for this readathon is On the Edge of Gone by Corinne Dalvis. This is a dystopian kind of apocalyptic type book where there's a comet that's coming to destroy the world, and the main character, who is autistic, comes across a ship that is leaving Earth, one of the last ones, and has to try and get on it with her family, and I think it's about justifying her place in there. I think that'll be really interesting because from personal experience I know that a lot of people don't quite see the merits in autistic brainwaves. There are so many benefits to how an autistic person's brain works. It's just about figuring out how that works in this neurotypical centered world. But anyway, I am really interested to read this book. It's another one that is really high on my list to read, and I can't wait to actually get to it. I forgot to say as well, the author is autistic as well, so I am very excited to be reading so many autistic voices this month, and hopefully I can make some good comments on it and you guys will enjoy what I have to say about it. Who knows? Who knows? I always get a little bit tongue twisted when I'm trying to talk about important topics, and autism is obviously a very important topic to me. And if there's anything you guys want to know, let me know, talk to me, DM me, I'm open on my Twitter and all that, so you can come and have a chat with me if you want. And if you like this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!